Hello everyone, I am Pratap here. We are at lesson 20. It is about a trade acceptance checklist, and also we discuss about a trading journal, and also I give you an introduction about phase 3 training program we are going to start. And this lesson is having dependency on the earlier lessons. In case if you did not complete the earlier lessons, or if this is your first visit to our channel, please understand all the earlier lessons are available at our NeoStock YouTube channel. I kept in a playlist all the training videos. I kept in a playlist supply demand zone price action course. Even I have provided the link to this playlist in this YouTube video description. You please click the link, you will get into this page. And then scroll down to the bottom of this page. Here, starting from lesson 1.1, all the training videos are available in an order. So please go through all these lessons one by one and then get into lesson 20. Even I have provided the link to our Telegram channel in this YouTube video description. Please join in the channel. It will be helpful to you. Each time when we release a new YouTube video, we will provide an update in the Telegram channel. Now, let's get into the lesson 20. So, let's discuss what is a trade acceptance checklist. Even before that, what is a checklist? A checklist defines the list of necessary things or the list of necessary actions to be done. And if you complete all the necessary things or actions, then only that activity can be confirmed. So what exactly it is for our supply demand zone price action? For supply demand zone price action, I already defined the trade acceptance checklist. Why we need this checklist? The main reasons, there are two reasons. One reason is to avoid the mistakes and also to avoid the wrong trades. So you may ask a question, how this checklist is going to help us to avoid the mistakes or the wrong trades? So before doing your trade, you will be doing your analysis with the help of supply demand zone price action. So all these topics you learned all these days from your phase 1 and phase 2 training program. So in these concepts, there are 8 important concepts you should always ensure so that you can go for a trade. So what are the 8 essential concepts we should ensure? And they are in our favor. Actually, you should ensure they are in our favor. So what are those 8 necessary things? Actually, those 8 necessary things, I named it as a trade acceptance checklist. If you confirm all those 8 necessary things are completed, then only you can go to the trade. Otherwise, you have to reject the trade. So that means each trade you are going to plan, first you will confirm these 8 necessary checklist items are confirmed. So let us look into those items one by one. The first checklist item, short name I am calling as a check 1, but actually it is checklist item 1. So what is the first checklist item is saying? Is the base candle count in entry zone is less than or equals to 6? To accept a trade, the base candles count should be less than or equals to 6 for your entry zone. For your entry zone, we are not talking about target zones. We are always talking about entry zone. This is the point you should observe. Your entry zone's base candle count should less than or equals to 6. If it is 6, you can proceed further. Suppose if the base candle count is greater than 6, maybe 7 or 8 or 9, what you have to do? So simply reject the trade. If it is yes, that means it is less than or equals to 6 means yes. You proceed with checklist item 2. So go to checklist item 2. So what is checklist item 2? The checklist item 2 says, is the strength of entry zones leg out is sluggish. If it is sluggish, don't plan the trade. If it is not sluggish, you can proceed further. That means if the answer is yes, no trade. Just reject the trade. If the answer is no, proceed to the checklist item 3. So go to checklist item 3. So what is checklist item 3? Checklist item 3 says, is the entry zone's zone violation is a violated opposing zone. VOZ means violated opposing zone. So in zone achievement training lesson, you already learned we have two types of zone achievement. One is violated opposing zone. If the opposing zone is violated, our zone gets a confirmation that there is a strong institutional order flow is there. Suppose a zone is having a violated opposing pivot achievement. So that means it violated the opposite side pivot. But opposite side pivot might have been created by the institutions, or it can also be created because of retail traders participation. If retail traders participation, it is not strong. Your zone may not be having strong order flow. That achievement you should not confirm. So that is the reason why the strict rule we defined, zone achievement having violated opposing zone is perfect for our trades. Otherwise, it's better to reject the trade. Maybe the trade may work or may not work, but strong confirmation is not there. Because there is no strong confirmation, simple thing is just reject the trade. Look for some other stock. So that means, is the zone achievement is a violated opposing zone? If the answer is no, reject the trade. If the answer is yes, you go to checklist item 4. So what is checklist item 4? The checklist item 4 says, is the entry zone having a fresh fine-tuned 5-minute zone? It's a very, very important. In lesson number 16, we have two parts of the videos. The second part of the video in lesson 16, I clearly explained the fine-tuning technique with an example. And also I told you in lesson 16, when a zone will be violated. If a zone is not having a fresh, fine-tuned 5-minute zone, there are higher chances of getting violated. We are not saying the zone is violated. We are saying there are higher chances, maybe 80% or 90% chances will be there for the violation. When such kind of higher chances are there, do you want to accept the trade? No, right? So, if the entry zone is not having 5 minutes fine-tuned fresh zone, we won't take the trade. Otherwise, we will proceed. So, if the answer is no, reject the trade. If the answer is yes, proceed with checklist item 5. So, what is checklist item 5? It says, is the entry zone is having a minimum risk reward 1:3. If the minimum risk reward is 1:3, then we can further proceed. Suppose if the risk reward is less than 1:3, you better reject the trade. But also remember, if you are a highly experienced person, you may consider even 1:2.5 also. But if you are a beginner, just completed your supply demand zone price action course, now you are about to trade, then instead of 1:3, you consider 1:5 until you get some experience. Maybe first few months, consider 1:5 instead of 1:3. So there is a reason behind why you need to consider 1:5. Suppose if you accept a trade having 1:5, after prices reaches 1:3 level. So prices entered, by the time already 1:3 target is achieved. At the time what you can do, you can sell at least 50 to 60% of your trades, I mean stocks. That means remaining 40% you just keep until it reaches 1:5. Why? Why we are doing like this? See, sometimes what happens, after reaching 1:3 or 1:3.5, there are some chances. There are some chances sometimes. The prices again turn back and again it will go down. That means whatever you purchased, all your profits is gone. Still you are holding, probably it may hit the stop loss and probably your stop loss also might be triggered. Because at 1:3 level, you already sold up to 60% of your stocks. Even thereafter, something wrong happens to your trade, still you will be in profit. So this is the safest approach the beginner should do. So that's why initially you select the stocks having 1:5 trades. But if you are already having some experience, or once you gain your experience, you know how to play with the market. So at the time 1:3 is good enough for you. Hope you got the clarity. Okay, suppose the answer is no. Reject the trade. If the answer is yes, proceed with checklist item 6. So what is checklist item 6? It says, is the maximum acceptance risk within the 2% of the trade capital? Maybe you may do position size or you may not do position size, but you achieved this 2% capital. That means your risk is less than 2% of your capital. Then you can proceed further. But even after doing position size or even without doing position size, you don't want to go for position size. In either case, if the risk is more than 2% of your total trade capital, that means in that stock, whatever the money you are investing, that is called trade capital. So in the trade capital, if the risk is more than 2%, you cannot accept the trade. But if the risk is less than 2%, how you achieved less than 2%? Maybe by doing position size, or even without doing position size also you achieved. Whatever the way you achieved, but your risk is less than 2%. If that is the case, you can proceed further. That means if the answer is no, reject the trade. If the answer is yes, proceed further with checklist number 7. So what is checklist number 7 says? It says, does our trade supports one of the conditions in the decision making table? You already learned decision making table from the chapters, your training lessons 13 and 14. Because lesson 14 is having dependency on lesson 13. The price direction, and then you land decision making table for bullish trade setup and bearish trade setup. In case if you did not complete those lessons, please complete immediately. Our main success for our supply demand zone price action is mainly because of those two chapters. Many of the false trades are eliminated here. That's why what this condition says, whatever the rules we defined in the decision making table, bullish trade setup for long trades, bearish trade setup for short trades. So in those rules, at least one rule should be satisfied. If at least one rule satisfied, you can proceed further. Let us assume none of the rules are satisfied. Not even one rule is satisfied. That means all the rules are not supporting. Then what you have to do? Then immediately you need to reject the trade. If even one rule supports, you can proceed further. So if the answer is no, reject the trade. If the answer is yes, go to the checklist item 8. The last checklist item. So what is the last checklist item? Very simple. It says, is the entry zone's odd enhancer score is greater than or equals to 12. If your OE, odd enhancer short name OE, if your OE score is either 12 or more than 12, you can accept the trade. If it is not either equals to 12, then you have to, or if it is not equals to 12 or more, you have to reject the trade. That means if it is less than 12, reject the trade. If the answer is no, reject the trade. If the answer is yes, now you can plan your trade. Now only we are getting the confirmation about our trade. If all these checklist items are confirmed, then you can plan your trade. Your trade is safe. There are higher chances that your trade will be executed. I am not saying your trade will execute. Sometimes some trades will fail. We have to accept. That's why we are defining stop loss. But there are higher chances our trade will get success. And with this approach, if you plan your trades, at least you will be in profits. Even 2 trades or 3 trades fail, 4th one is success, still you will be in profit. That is the beauty of supply-demand zone price action. With risk management, especially the RR, the minimum RR 1:5 if you follow, even 4 trades fail, the 5th one is success, you will get profit. That is what we discussed in our earlier lessons. So this is about trade acceptance checklist. Hope you all got clarity. From today onwards, every trade you take, first you compare with this checklist. If this checklist is passed, then you plan the trade. Even if one of the items in this checklist fail, then reject the trade. This is a thumb rule from today onwards for every supply-demand zone price action trader. Now let's get into the very important topic, simple topic, trading journal. Trading journal is a log file, or you can say a simple Excel file. It can be. It is a log file having the details of all our executed trades. So whatever the trades you have executed, whether it is successful or whether it is failed, you have to register those trade details in an Excel file. It can be an Excel file. Our trades earnings software is also available in the market. You can also use them. But to proceed with this, Excel sheet is more than enough for us. A trade journal can have details like, that means in your trade journal, that means in your, say for example, you are using Excel sheet. So what kind of columns you should define in the trade journal? What you want to store? What kind of information you want to store? You can add columns like the name of the stock, that is script name. So what is the entry price? What is the stop loss? What is the target? What is the order size? That means how many shares you have purchased or how many shares you sold. That is what order size. And what is the RR? RR can derive from these values. But why we need a separate column is so that it will be easy to monitor in the future days. When you are analyzing your trading journal, it will be very easy if RR column is there. Then you can also add some more columns related to trade type. Trade type means whether it could be, whether it is a positional trade or is it a short-term trade or is it a day trade. That is what the trade type indicates. And order type, what is order type? Whether is it a long order or is it a short order? That is what you specify here. And also your actual profit or loss, those details you can specify. And your trade entry and exit timestamps also you can add. And especially for supply demand zone price action point of view, what kind of analysis you are doing? Is it supply demand zone income trade type like MIT trade or WIT trade, or is it a daily income trade or hourly income trade, those details you can specify, the type of the trade, and any strategy you are using while doing the trading. The strategy like bullish trade setup or bearish trade setup, or maybe you will be learning in the third phase of the training program, that is a HLQ zone trade setup. So such kind of things you can specify in this column. And you can also add a snapshot of your analysis. So trading view, you might have analyzed the stock. So take the snapshot and put them in the Excel sheet. Okay, if we are doing all these things, what is the advantage we are going to get? What is the use for maintaining all this information? This is the immediate doubt you will get, right? So that we will discuss in the next slide. So the point, as I told you earlier, every trader must maintain the trading journal. It is a compulsory. You all must maintain. Why we have to maintain? What is the advantage we are going to get? Trading journal helps the traders to review the overall progress of our trades, because you are keep on doing trading. But how well are you doing the trading? How do you know? Maybe after 1 month or after 2 months, if you see the past data, and if you are analyzing the past data, then you will get clarity whether you are progressing in a good way, or you are progressing in an average way, or you are progressing in a bad way. That you will understand. So in trading journal, whatever the every entry we are adding each time when we take, after some time, that is a historic data. So by analyzing that historic data, you will know the overall process of your trades. So if you want to improve anything, you will get a chance. So you will learn from the past success or failures, whatever the data, past historic data, from that past data you will be learning. What you will be learning? What kind of mistakes or what kind of improvements, all these things you will know. To review the trades specific to strategy after getting sufficient data. So what is the meaning? Suppose if based on a specific strategy, you are doing trades. So by each trade information, by adding into this trade journal, what you can do? You can review after getting sufficient data. When you get sufficient data, maybe after 1 month or 2 months or 3 months or 6 months. See, currently I don't know how many of you observed. Every month I am posting one Excel sheet about HLQ trade opportunities provided by our NeoStock high liquidity zone concept. Every month I am publishing. Now Monday trading, after Monday's trading, we will be completing 6 months data. 6 months data is a very good sample. So by analyzing the data, we know how good our strategy is, how much success it is giving us. If a strategy is giving more success, obviously we prefer that strategy, right? So exactly the same way, if you are using any specific strategy, how good it is working, you need to confirm. So that confirmation you will do only once you get sufficient data. So if you keep on adding the every trade details into trading journal, then you will get the sufficient data. Then you can review how good your strategy is. If require any changes, you will take necessary steps. That is what the next point is saying. To improve trading techniques and strategies, the past data in the trading journal will be helpful to us. And to spot the errors or emotional decisions or deviations from the strategies, all these things will be helping you. So in the trading, by seeing the data in the trading journal, you can identify what kind of errors you made in the past. From that errors you will learn. Sometimes what we do, we take emotional decisions. Whatever our supply demand zone price action is suggesting, you just ignore, because you are trading in an emotional. You took an emotional decision on that day. Based on all of a sudden market is reacting in a widely. Prices are coming to the demand zone. Maybe it may hold the prices, but you are thinking maybe the demand zone will violate. That way you took a trade decision. You didn't adhere to our supply demand zone concepts. You took deviations because of the emotions. So because of those emotions, how your trade is behaved. Is it behaved properly or is it failed? So all those things you will be knowing by seeing the past historic data in your trading journal. And also deviations from your strategies. Sometimes you plan your trades. You may assume something and you will take deviation. So your assumptions are correct or wrong. So by looking into the past data only, you will be knowing. So that's why trade journal is very, very important. So from today onwards, everybody, whoever is planning your trades, you just maintain them in an Excel sheet. You create all these columns. If required, add any other necessary columns. Maybe some items I might not have mentioned in this list. If you feel they are necessary, they are required, please put them in your Excel sheet and maintain the log. Every month you review that particular log. That way you will know what kind of improvements you have to do. Or are you properly using your strategy, or are you making any mistakes? You will know. So this is about trading journal. So with this, we have completed successfully phase 2 training program. So congratulations to everyone. You have successfully completed your supply, demand zone, price action, core strategy concepts from your phase 1 training and phase 2 training. And thank you all for attending all our training videos. My thanks to you once again for attending all these videos. And now we are at the beginning of the phase 3. So what you will be learning in phase 3? I'll give you a brief introduction. Even before that, a special request from my side. If you really like our training programs, my kind request is always like the video, each video you are attending. So it will be helpful to us. And also, here we have a thanks button given by the YouTube. What exactly it means? If any of you wants to sponsor us, or if you like our initiative, and if you would like to sponsor, and from the thanks button, YouTube is allowing you to pay some money, whatever you would like to sponsor. Please remember, this training is a free training program. There is no rule that you have to pay the money, not at all required. But if you like our initiative, and if you want to support us, some amount financially, if you feel, so from this thanks button, please provide your sponsorship. Whatever the amount you would like, you can. There YouTube is providing you some minimum value and maximum value. In between, you can set different values, and you can sponsor some money to support our initiative. So this is about one request from my side. And next, what you will be learning in phase 3, the upcoming. This is not the upcoming session, is not the right word. Maybe upcoming training phase, that is a phase 3 of our training. See, phase 3 of training is all about the strategies, some basic strategies or advanced strategies. First of all, what is a strategy? A strategy is a kind of method. Some special conditions will be there. In those special conditions are met, probably that particular market or that particular stock might be giving you some good trade opportunities. When those special conditions are met, the success rate will be a little higher than normally the core strategy generally you adapt and applying. Compared to that, this strategy might be give you more success rate, a little more higher success rate. So whatever those special rules that are providing you a special higher success rate, compared to your core strategy, they are all called strategies. We have several strategies defined, and these strategies, few strategies could be at basic level, few strategies are at advanced level, and a few strategies are related to highly experienced people level. We have different strategies are there. So at different time frames means not your supply demand zone time frame. I am not talking about that. The general English word. Or at our different time levels, maybe let me change the word, at different time levels, let me explain those strategies. So that is the reason why phase 3 training program is not having any proper timeline. I am not defining any timeline. It is completely a different training program. Please understand. Timeline means maybe 2 months or 1 month or 3 months I will set. I need to complete that course. But these strategies are not like that. Some strategies I may be explaining you after a few months. Some strategies I might be explaining you after 1 year. Some strategies I might be explaining you next week itself. So that is the reason why do not expect a continuous training sessions here. So why I am saying like this? The reason is to learn certain strategies, you need to gain some experience. Without experience, if I teach certain strategies, you don't understand. Instead of getting profits, you may get losses, because you will be applying them in a wrong way, because you will, even though whatever the way I conveyed that particular strategy, you may not understand in the same way. You may understand in a reverse way, because your experience is not enough to understand them or to receive the real essence from those strategies. So that is the reason why what I am going to do, I will be monitoring you people, how well you are performing and how much profits you are going to get. I am not talking about how much money you are going to get, the success rate. Because I know some of you people are already in the comment sections, you've been telling, okay, so and so stock, I got the profit today. Okay, you're not mentioning how much money you got. Even I am not asking. You're not supposed to put them in the comment box. You can say, okay, in Tata Steel today I got a very good profit. Or in the high liquidity zone, Infosys I got the profit. Such kind of messages already you've been publishing. I am also monitoring all your messages. I am also acknowledging your messages also. So I will be observing you people from time to time, from now onwards. The moment I feel more and more people consistently, if you are getting profits, that is a good sign, right? So at the time I may understand you got some better experience. For that experience, what kind of additional strategies I should teach on that particular time period, I will reveal few strategies that is required for your experience level. Maybe after 1 year or 1.5 years, you may get even better experience. At the time I may reveal some of the advanced strategies. You will understand them. That's why I'm just giving an example. Whatever the number I am saying, like 6 months or 1 year or 1.5 years, they are just for to make you understand I am telling. Maybe I need not wait for 1.5 years. Maybe next 6 months I may finish all these strategies. That possibility is also there. But initially, I should understand how well you people understood this supply demand zone price action and how well you are applying them in the trades. And as a result, how much profits you are getting, how many profits you are getting, how many stocks profits you are getting. Are you getting these profits consistently? These observations I will make. When I feel a good number of people are continuously getting the profits, so at that time, whatever the required strategies you are supposed to learn, I will explain in detail. But from the coming week onwards, I will start with one very important strategy, that is a high liquidity zone, NeoStocks, high liquidity zones, trade setup. We have a strategy we already defined. That I will explain to you guys initially. The advanced strategy, NeoStock, high liquidity zone. So what I am going to explain in this? First, you need to understand the NeoStock reports. Because all these days, I told you people, do not look into NeoStock software reports until you complete phase 2 training program. I clearly informed you earlier in one of our Q&A sessions. And from that time, I also observed you people are sincerely focusing only on your training sessions and paper trading. I believe you have done enough practice on paper trading. And also I have observed over 1,000 members already completed phase 1 training program, and over some 400 to 500 members already completed phase 2 training also. Probably with this lesson you will be completing. So now it is the time you have to get into the real trades. You have to start practicing in the real. This is also, you consider this as a training only, but now you are doing in the real trading. So whatever the capital you have, don't invest the entire capital. Let us assume you have 1 lakh rupee capital. Use only 20 to 25%. Do not go beyond that. Keep them reserved, remaining amount. So 20 to 25% of your total capital, you start buying small quantities. Maybe you can buy 1 stock or 2 stocks. Don't go too many stocks with small amount. And observe how you are getting the profits. Maybe you will get small profits only with small money. But you never think whether the profit is more or small. Profit is a profit. Always remember this statement. Profit is always a profit. That's it. It doesn't matter whether it is small or big. So if you are consistently getting profits, means obviously your confidence levels also will go up. Sometimes you may see some 2 or 3 trades will fail, but 4th one is successful. Whatever you lost, everything will recover, and also you will get some more profit also, extra profit also. If you are taking 1:5 RR and you are planning your trades, 4 failures is equivalent to 1 profit. More than 4 failures. 1 success is more than 4 failures. Still you will be in profit. I don't know how many of you remembered. I gave you an example in one of our previous training lessons. 4 trades failed, 5th one is success, we got a profit. That example I have given you. So please do that. Start doing from Monday onwards. And next week, once you complete this high liquidity zone strategy, slowly you can also start trading based on that. And from now onwards, look into the NeoStock reports. Anyway, the first video I will try to complete as early as possible. If you want to understand the NeoStock report, you should understand all the columns in that report. I will give you a detailed explanation. If possible, in next 1 or 2 days, I will complete that video. So what is the advantage of using NeoStock software? The advantage is your time will be saved. Then you may ask a question, then why you didn't allow us all these days? The reason is very simple. All these days, if you are looking into NeoStock software reports, your skill won't be developed. First, I want your skill should be proper. Okay, now why you want to use NeoStock software? To save the time, that's it, nothing more than that. See, if you analyze 200 stocks, it will take you several days time. Finally, you may find some 5 or 6 stocks useful to you. Now what NeoStock software is doing? The same thing, it is finishing the work in just 10 minutes time and giving you the report. That report I am just recording and displaying to you. Now you will analyze those 10 stocks. Now instead of analyzing 200 stocks, wasting several days time, what you are doing, whatever the right stocks software has given, you are just analyzing those 6 stocks. That way every day you will analyze the right stocks. From there, any stock suitable to your trades, you will plan your trades. This is how NeoStock software will be helping you. That is the reason why until you build proper skill, I told you not to look into the NeoStock software reports. Now it is the time. After your first video, I will explain how to understand NeoStock supply demand zone reports, because we have several columns in the reports. Some columns I have given short names. You may not understand unless I explain. So that's why after this video, you can start looking into that. And also you should also remember, because I restricted you not to look into the NeoStock software reports, actually that's a disadvantage to me. It's an advantage to you, it's a disadvantage to me. Because you didn't access NeoStock, obviously what happens? My view count in YouTube video view count will go down. My channel won't get much focus. If more and more views are there, more focus our channel will get, right? That is how YouTube algorithm will work. But I didn't compromise, right? I never be a selfish person. Because I know that my channel won't be focused much by telling not to look into those reports. Here, you have to understand one important point. See, for me, the most important thing is not about how much importance I am giving to myself or my channel. That is not the objective. I am giving you more importance to you guys and your skill, the proper way of learning. Okay, hardly maybe 2 months my channel won't be focused much, fine. But now you people learn the concepts properly. Now it is the time you have to look into the software reports. Anyway, now onwards our channel will also become more focused, because every day you will be referring the software reports. 2 months is delayed. Okay, it's okay. I already accepted for that. That point you have to observe. Sometimes you might be thinking in a different way. But please understand why I restricted you people not to look into the software reports until the completion of the phase 2 training program. That is the main reason. Because you didn't look into the softwares, you may not be in a position to understand these NeoStock reports. Once I explain in the next video, you will be able to understand the reports in a simple and easy way. After watching our everyday reports for 3 to 4 days, you will feel comfortness how to use the reports and all. You may ask a question again. Why all these days, if we are not using the reports, training course is not completed, why are you publishing these reports? Instead, you would have published from today onwards. Why you published earlier? This is the question you may ask. It's a valid question, right? The reason is there are some people who already completed supply demand zone price action course outside in some other paid services earlier, maybe 1 year back or 2 years back. Some people even 5-6 years back. They already completed their courses. And now what they are doing, they are again attending our training course parallelly, because they are already having some basic knowledge about supply demand zone concepts. So they are in a position to use our reports, and they are doing trading every day. So for their benefit, I am publishing these software reports all these days. Hope you got the clarity. But also one more important point I want to tell you here. Some of you people who completed the courses outside, you haven't gone through our NeoStock course. Because outside course and NeoStock course, there are a lot of labs are there. There are many concepts they are not explaining there. Because of that, you are missing some clarity. And those people, sometimes because you didn't complete our training program, parallelly you didn't attend, some kind of questions you are putting in the comment box, that is giving me some clarity that you people, without attending our training program, you are trying to understand certain concepts. So that's why please don't do such kind of mistakes. How much time it will take for you? Maybe hardly some 15 or 20 days time. Every day if you spend some 1 or 2 hours. And moreover, you already learned the course outside somewhere. Now it is going to be a revision for you. You don't require to struck somewhere and spend again and again, right? So please, starting from lesson 1, every video, I promise you, at least 1 or 2 points you will learn, new points. I'm not saying entire video is a new video. I'm saying minimum 1 or 2 points, new points you will be learning, which you missed in your earlier training courses. And those new points will help you become a very strong traders. Without those points, you should not expect you will be a good trader. Because many people learned supply demand zone training courses 3 years, 4 years back. Still you are struggling today. The reason is some important points you missed earlier. All those points clearly I documented and I explained in this training program. And moreover, lesson 13 and 14 are completely new topics for you. Everybody must complete those. Even lesson 9 also, practical session also, I explained many new topics. I have explained about invisible zones, invisible body. I have explained about corporate actions. I also explained how important to enable dividend adjustment, because I have seen many people are just doing the trading without adjusting the dividend adjustment. That way you are seeing wrong zones. That way you are saying your zones are failed. I am saying my trade is successful, but you are thinking my trade is failed. That is what you are commenting. If you don't adjust with the dividend adjustment, you see such kind of failures. That's why why I told all these points in the training program. But unfortunately, you are not attending our training program. It is going to be a revision. Not only revision, you are learning many new points which you haven't learned earlier. All these days you are thinking whatever you learned, they are the ultimate and final concepts. But actually that is not. Lesson 16 I explained about when a zone will be violated. You never learned those points earlier. When a zone will be violated. All the conditions. See, today in 80 to 90% scenarios, we are in a position to tell whether the zone will work or it will fail. I am not saying 100%, but majority of the situations. Many trades we saved like that. You have to attend all these concepts which you haven't learned earlier. NeoStock training, because I know the reason, because it is a free training program. People are thinking maybe it is an ordinary training. Actually, it is an extraordinary training. Whatever you paid 1.5 lakh rupees or 2 lakhs rupees for the training program, whatever you learn, more than that you are learning in this training program. Please remember. The worth of this training program is at least 2 to 3 times more than what you paid and learned. I am making this statement. Okay. So, all members, whoever is learning in the newly, this is the first skill you have to develop. From now onwards, after completing this video, you will be started watching all NeoStock software daily reports, and a few days you will be practicing your zones by taking the details from our software. And also you will be planning some trades by analyzing those zones. See, without analyzing the zone, you cannot take the trade. Software is only helping you, providing the zones which are near to the current price. If you want to find such kind of zones, you need to analyze some 30-40 stocks, which takes a lot of time. Software, just in one click, it is showing you the stocks near to the zones near to the current price. Now, those zones again you need to analyze by using the concepts what you learn. That work you cannot avoid. Please remember. If you avoid that work, you will be missing your practice. Whatever you learned all these days, you will be missing. I don't want that to happen to you guys. Okay, after that, in the next video, I will explain about high liquidity zone and its types. And in the next video, I will explain about a high liquidity zone trading strategy. This is what we have, more than 80% success rate so far for the last 6 months. Monday, I am going to analyze this 6 months data. And in the next video, you will learn a very important concept, price action clue rejections, a powerful concept. After that, in that next video, you will be learning an aggressive trade. So far, whatever you are planning is fine-tuned 5 minutes. Now you can plan a trade on aggressive 5 minutes zone. How they are different from fine-tuned 5 minutes, you will understand in this concept. How we get some success in these zones. Why we gave the name aggressive, you will understand. And in the next video, you will be learning bull or bear traps at high liquidity zones, a very powerful concept. And all these videos are part of your lesson 21. That is the first lesson in your third phase of the training program. And lesson 22, we don't know when I am going to explain lesson 22. That is what I am saying. There is no timeline. It is all depending on how much success you people are getting in your trading. How much consistently you are getting the profits. If you are doing all these things, I know that you are gaining more and more experience. You are getting better and better experience. And just only some few people, some 3 or 4 people are doing. I can't, for those 3-4 people, I cannot teach the training session. I'm expecting a volume. Already we have over 400 members completed already phase 2 training program. Definitely many of those people will be participating in the trading activities now. Even 50, 60 or 100 around that number, consistently you people are getting profits in the next 1 month or 1.5 month time period. Definitely immediately I will plan whatever the next strategy you can learn. Will plan that. See, you will not be using every strategy every time. A strategy will occur at a certain time interval. At the time, if you use that strategy, you will get more profits. Every time you are trying to adopt the strategy, you will get losses. You have to wait until a certain conditions met about a strategy. Patiently, you have to wait. The moment in any stock, the conditions are met in the strategy, whatever you learn, those conditions are met, immediately you will plan a trade, you get more profits on that particular trade. I'm saying every trade you get profits if you plan properly. Your failure rates will be less when you are using all these checklists and all the concepts you learned so far. Definitely you get more profits. Success rate will be more, no doubt in that. Definitely you get up to 50 to 60% success rate, you will get a minimum. In supply demand zone, 50 to 60 success percent means it is a huge profit you will get. Even people who get 30% success rate also they get a good profits in supply demand zone price action. 30 to 40% success also they get. And then imagine 50 to 60% success rate means you get a very good. And 80% success means extraordinary. That is our high liquidity zones. Whatever the concepts we developed. But it is having a strategy. You have to follow the rules in that strategy. Just like that, you cannot use high liquidity zones. Every high liquidity zone doesn't give you profit. But the high liquidity zone gives you profit according to the strategy I explained. If you follow the steps, then 80% success rate you will be getting. So this is some overview about what you are going to learn in the next lesson of that is the first lesson of your phase 3 training program. This is a continuous, but timeline is not defined. Please remember these points. Hope you enjoyed all these days with this supply demand zone price action. And if you people feel this strategy is helping you, or if you feel this strategy is amazing, which strategy is supply demand zone price action, overall strategy I am talking, the core strategy. If you feel it is amazing, and if you feel you got some confidence after learning this strategy, please provide your feedback in the comment section so that I will be able to understand how you people are feeling about these concepts, what you learned. At least I should expect 100 comments from you people in this video. Because all these days I did not disturb you. Now I am asking you because you have completed the main core strategy. Now I should get your feedback. Based on your feedback only, my next training strategies, whatever I have to plan, I will be preparing a plan. If you don't express anything, I may not be knowing when I have to plan explaining my next strategies. The one is already cleared, high liquidity zone, I will be explaining. But apart from that, there are so many other strategies you might have seen. There are so many strategies are there in our strategy builder software. Have you seen anything I looked into those concepts? Anything I generated the reports based on that? No, I never did, right? But they are all working strategies. Every time I am showing you only stocks near demand and supply zones. Recently I included one more strategy for weekly and monthly time frames, that is EMA confluence based. For the last week onwards I started that. Like that, so many reports based on different strategies I can generate. But you should be ready to learn those strategies. Ready means if you say yes, that is not ready. Ready means you should consistently get the profits. And also you should express your feedback, what level you understand these concepts. If you never talk, I cannot understand you. If I cannot understand certain concepts, I may not be explaining you. For that, I am not the reason. You are the reason. Because you are not expressing properly to me, you are not properly communicating with me, you will be the reason. So ultimately, you will lose if you don't communicate properly. There are few people, actively they are communicating with me through comment box. There is no personal interaction is there with anyone. The reason why I am not building personal interaction, if I start talking with people, I can't record any of these videos. I won't get time. For me, more importance is recording these videos and give you the valuable information to you people. At least I can talk to you people through comment box. That is the communication channel we have. So please try to express yourself. Interact with me through the comment box. First of all, at least first you should send the feedback in this video. Please send your feedback only through this video comment box. Do not go to other videos. I am going to consider all your feedback from this video comment box only. Hope you all enjoyed supply demand zone price action, and now it's the time to enjoy the profits with our proper trades. This is the objective. This is my objective in entire phase 3 training program. I should make you people get better and better money or more and more money. This is only my objective. Now from now onwards, my objective is not about training. My objective is about making you get better money. I am not going to tell you where to buy, where to sell, but I am going to communicate with you how you can find where to trade and where to exit and how to get the money. That is what I am going to train you. Because I am against training, telling this is the entry, this is the stop loss, this is the exit. I am completely against that approach. If anybody is expecting that kind of information from me, probably this is not the right channel. Because in this channel we are going in a fair way, practical way. I don't want to get any popularity by giving false information. Got it? Okay, thank you all for attending this video. Let us all meet again with the phase 3 training videos. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Take care.